What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D-Ball. I'm back with another reaction, man. Today we got the official Disney Mount Rushmore. Listen, y'all. It's currently 12:35 in the morning. I literally got work soon, you know what I'm saying? So I've been procrastinating all day to get these videos out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I told y'all I'm back. And this is what it has to come to. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not playing around this time. I'm really trying to get back on my creative side and use the platform that I've been using to grow for years now. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been, creative in my opinion, but I'm trying to get back into it. But listen, y'all, I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. We on the road to 2,000. Hit that like button. I'm not playing with y'all. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna try to. I was watching myself, right? And I realized I curse a lot, bro. I curse a lot. I think that's just how I get my point across sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But this time, I'm going to try to not curse as much. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to really be, what's that word? PG. I'm going to try to be more PG for y'all. You know what I'm saying? More, bring more viewers in instead of just cursing a lot. You know what I'm saying? But let's get straight into it, man. I don't want to speak too much.
So clearly the Disney train is still chugging.
Also, I'm going to give y'all what my Mount Rushmore really is. I think, what's Rushmore? Top 4, right? Top 4? Yeah. Hold on. Let me give y'all my top 4 Mount Rushmore. Hold on, I gotta put up the ring light. Listen, I'm going to give y'all my top 4 after the video, though. Because I've seen a lot of people giving them they top 4s and all this other stuff. I'm gonna give y'all my top 4.
Loving the Hannah Montana Renaissance. Like, why was I in the car with my friend the other day? And then later we did watch the Hannah Montana special together with some other friends. And he tells them, like, oh my God, these songs are actually coming on her car too. Like, she really listens to this music. And I do. But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and stay on that topic because there's another Disney related topic that fascinates me. And that is this concept of the Disney Mount Rushmore. As in, who are you naming as your Disney icons? This all started when Raven Simone was asked about it in a podcast, and she said that her personal Disney Mount Rushmore was herself, Hilary Duff, Lee Thompson Young, and Shia LaBeouf. And I feel like for Raven, this is a very solid Mount Rushmore, no notes. And I also think she had really good reasoning for why she played.
She got 2 on there. She got 2 on there. No. Okay. From this Mount Rushmore that I see right here, this is only two of my picks. And I'm not going to tell you all my picks, but these are 2 of my picks that I was going to put on mine.
It's everyone where she did. And it mainly seems like she was thinking of people who paved the way or kicked down some doors, so to speak, for the other Disney Channel actors. So for example, she made the point of Jet Jackson being the first Black Disney Channel show. And then also someone like Hilary Duff would have been one of the first charts-hopping Disney pop girls, as in through Hollywood Records, not a Disney alum who later became a pop phenomenon, like a Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake. And people wanted Raven burnt at the stake because she did not put Miley Cyrus on her Disney Mount Rushmore. That's her right. So now I'm going to share my Disney Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
And Mount Rushmore only has 4 heads, so I will follow that perimeter to be fair. But y'all know who I am, so I am going to give a few honorable mentions at the end or ones that I was kind of stuck on. Okay. So let's get into it. And as a refresher, these are my thoughts. There's no right answer. Please be calm. So my first head, Raven Simone, very easy choice. She is justified in seeing herself on Disney Mount Rushmore because she absolutely belongs there. That's so Raven, duh. Cheetah Girls, obviously. But aside from those roles, Raven also played Nebula, Xenon's best friend in the Xenon movies. I love those. Too. She did College Road Trip with Martin Lawrence. And Raven also voiced Monique on Kim Possible.
The what?
Never mind. So what's up?
I got the party green light!
That is ferociously cool.
Raven did so much. Bro, Raven did so much, bro. Y'all not even peeping Raven did so much. Like, y'all may think, Xenon and That's So Raven, obviously. Y'all forgetting that these Disney stars did voiceovers, too. That's why it's like, this might be harder than the Nickelodeon Mount Rushmore. You get what I'm saying? Because Disney, everybody was a part of something though. That's the thing. Everybody was a part of something. You get what I'm saying? But it's one person that y'all forgetting though. I don't know if she gonna say it, but it's one person that y'all forgetting.
Party. Everybody will be there.
As well as a character named Stephanie on The Proud Family, and I'm assuming that was only for an episode or two. And then in the animated Tinkerbell movie, she also voiced Iridescent.
Damn, for real?
Then aside from that, Raven also recorded
music,
several songs,
yup.
like some call it Magic, Double Dutch Bus, Supernatural, Superstitious. And usually they would be a mix of just like contemporary pop songs and then some covers.
That's
like
when she started
Superstitious, for
getting big,
example,
though.
and Double Dutch Bus.
Weight
And I feel
wise.
for a while, especially after Even Stevens ended, Raven Simone was the resident comedian on the Disney Channel.
Anything for my baby's favorite teacher.
Damn. See, that's what. See, listen,
She
y'all.
could-
Listen, y'all. This is what I grew up on. Disney. I ain't grow up on that damn Coop and Cammy and Bizarre Art. You know what I'm saying? It was on like that. That was the end of Disney. That was the end of Disney. Disney now, I don't know what show is on. They doing a Descendants 5, a Zombies 5, 8, 9. No. The last time Disney was good when Zombies first came out, the first one. And then Descendants, the first one. That's when Disney was going downhill. What was that, like 2018, 2019? That's when Disney started going downhill. All the good shows ended. Good Luck Charlie ended. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of nostalgia that was just leaving Disney, and I think that was the time to go. That was the time to, like, once your favorite show is off, that's when you start growing up. Real shit. Once I seen that it was nothing on Disney Channel, it's like, all right, damn. Now I gotta switch to Netflix. That's when I actually gotta watch shows. You out that age now. You out that age where you can't even watch a Disney Channel show. That's why I think that's what they put Disney Plus. They started Disney Plus because I feel like they realized they new shows isn't hitting the same. So now you got to bring something back for the old audience to at least come back so y'all can still get paid. They bring back the old shows. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, all that. So I think all the new shows now, I don't know what's on, but it's just don't hit the same.
Do straight up jokes, of course, but she's also very talented at physical comedy and prop work. A lot of the humor from That's So Raven still holds up. It's a very good show to rewatch. Even when I was a little child watching it, I remember my parents enjoying it. It's fun for all ages. There are still episodes of That's So Raven that we reference because we all
in the
watched that
shows
show
you
together.
didn't understand as a kid.
Also, I'm not gonna lie,
understand?
like I have me little self-insert moments as a kid. Like I really did see myself in Raven. And not only did the show run for 4 seasons from 2003 to 2007, it was also rebooted as Raven's Home from
Raven's Home,
2017 to 2023. And of course, that's a pun on, Raven Baxter being back at Disney Channel, Raven Simone too, I guess. And in it, Raven is a single mom. She ended up having her twins with Devon, but they are divorced. The show did, of course, come because of the nostalgia wave, but I will admit, it was definitely on the earlier end.
It was.
We were
I ain't
just
gonna lie.
getting
This show wasn't too bad. Raven's Home wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad though. I'm glad that they brought it back. Raven's Home wasn't bad.
into reboots well before people felt entirely sick of them. And Disney seeing Raven's show as a safe concept to reboot, I think that speaks to how much people obviously loved it to begin with. Then, of course, the Cheetah Girls, which later turned into a trilogy, 3 movies, 3 soundtracks. But of course, Raven only played Miss Galleria Garibaldi in the first 2 movies. And this is an ensemble cast, if you will, but Raven, aka Galleria, she was the main one. She was the main girl, top billing, and was whipping the girls into shape.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was actually the Cheetah Girls that kicked off this whole Disney
I'm
musical.
not gonna lie. Y'all might fault me for this. Y'all might say you the big Disney guy, you should know. But I've never seen a single Cheetah Girls movie. I've listen. Growing up as a guy, Cheetah Girls wasn't on my watch list. It definitely got turned off when it was a Disney Channel original movie weekend. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on my watch list, okay? Now, I will say though, it had all the girls wanting to be either one of the 4 or Raven Baxter, and that's facts.
Movie trend. Cheetah Girls was in fact the first musical DCOM, and of course its success and popularity is what turned it into the whole entire franchise it became.
But let's be honest though, that's how big Raven was an impact. Cause once she left, the movies was done. The movies was done. She was in the first and second joint. They said, "Oh yeah, this the best ones." The third one came out. What was it called? Rule the World or something like that. One World. Pooh. They thought the other black girl was gonna carry that joint, but realized her list was just,
even planned for the Cheetah Girls to become a recording or touring act. Initially just intended for the songs to be on a soundtrack. If you wanted to get the CD, you could buy the CD and just call it a day. And so it's possible and honestly likely, in my opinion, that without the Cheetah Girls, we don't get Hannah Montana, who becomes the IRL pop star outside of the Disney Channel show, or even something like the High School Musical cast going on multiple tours. So my second head on my Disney Mount Rushmore is Miss Miley Cyrus as Miley Stewart and Hannah Montana. I know she wasn't on Ravens, but y'all knew that she was gonna be on mine. And I was thinking that she's probably the best-selling Disney pop star, especially when it comes to ones who remained under the Disney umbrella, where Disney was still their main vehicle of promotion, their Science of Hollywood records, that kind of thing. And some sources I found say that post-Disney career even, Miley's still topping acts like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. Really not sure how true that is, but if that's the case, so be it. But yeah, Hannah Montana had 4 seasons of her show, technically Hannah Montana for the first 3, and that 4th season was Hannah Montana Forever. Disney doing that's a whole other video. Then of course she also had the Hannah Montana movie in theaters, songs on the radio, music videos on the Disney Channel and on YouTube, CD sales, iTunes downloads. Remember, this was a late 2000s, early 2010s show. Accessories like Claire's, the Miley Cyrus clothing line in Walmart with Max Azria, and musically when we're talking about Miley, songs like
So basically, she's put her up there because Hannah Montana was a big impact. Is that it? I don't think that's Mount Rushmore worthy. I just think she was good at what she did as Hannah Montana. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Just music-wise, blonde-haired girls want to be like her. You know what I'm saying? All the white girls want to be like her. Black girls want to be like Raven. White girls want... You know what I'm saying? I think she was just an impact for the women-wise. But I don't think she did good acting-wise. Like, you got to think, Hannah Montana didn't even carry her own show. Hannah Montana wasn't even the best character on her show. It was Rico, it was the brother, and it was Oliver, bro. It was Mitchell Musso. Let's keep it a whole being. If listen, in order to be on Mount Rushmore, you have to be in almost everything, or if not in everything, you got to be carrying something, and you're not even the main character. Let's really keep it a being, though.
See You Again, Can't Be Tamed, and of course Party in the USA. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
all hits.
I don't think and
to speak to this back in 2024, Miley Cyrus was actually honored as a Disney legend. And I do agree that it would have not been crazy for Raven Simone or Hilary Duff to have gotten that recognition first, but I'm also not gonna act like I don't get why Miley received it. She's on my Disney Mount Rushmore, so obviously. To be honest, I was completely ignorant and did not know that it's an award that's been around for decades. And not only that, I was unaware that it's an award that multiple recipients in multiple disciplines get. So for example, when Miley won in 2024, she was the only one who received an award in the television and music category. But James Cameron, for example, was a recipient in the film category, and Colleen Atwood received one for costume design. And when Miley won her award, she became the youngest Disney legend in history at 31 years old. She dedicated her speech in part to Hannah Montana, who she said became part of her in many ways, for good and for bad, as Miley's pointed out in other interviews.
Does it feel like, you're finally getting to experience the joy that it brought people from an outsider's point of view, as opposed to being in the machine?
Totally. I never really thought about it that way, but you're right. Getting to be on the outside now, getting to be grown and be a part of it in a way that I couldn't when I was in the middle of it before, and all the chaos. And
in her Disney Legends acceptance speech, Miley said, "And what I want to say is that legends get scared too. I'm scared right now. It's legendary to be afraid and do it anyway. There's no such thing as failure when you try. I stand here still proud to have been Hannah Montana because she made Miley in so many ways." And then, of course, we just had the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special. So showing how much little kids loved Hannah Montana and just how much and how universal it kind of was for a lot of our childhoods. And then at the end of that special, Miley performed Younger You, which is another Hannah Montana universe song, even if it's clearly Miley singing. These are my final 2 picks for my Disney Mount Rushmore. I'm standing 10 toes down behind them. I feel like these are the ones I'm going to get the most heat for, but so be it. Next, I have Brenda's song, Miss Prindle herself.
Yo, what are we talking about? No, that's not my Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna be quiet, but come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? She was good. No, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Are you familiar with the gear shift?
You mean
that's
the
your
Prindle?
John. I don't know.
The what?
The Prindle.
Are you referring to the shift lever that says PRNDL?
That's a child's Mosby. I know how to spell Prindle.
It is not something you spell. It is a gear shift. The letters stand for park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low.
That scene from Zack and Cody alone, Mount Rushmore worthy. Her comedy overall in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, top tier, especially with her having to play dumb. That can be difficult to do and make it entertaining and not annoying. If you recall, that was one of my biggest critiques of the new Karen from the Mean Girls reboot. And that is something that happened to London later in Sweet Life on Deck, so it's easier to see the comparison in the earlier seasons before she got completely Flanderized. London was a relatively complex character. Spoiled and rich, yes, but one who also had a lot of hurt because of her indulgent but absent father. We got to see Mr. Mosby be like a surrogate dad to her, and London was learning slowly but surely how to become a more selfless person. Not a smarter one, but definitely a better one. So far more than just a Paris Hilton ripoff, and like I said, they kind of toss all that into the trash with the spinoff. And something that I and a lot of other people have loved about London Tipton's character is that she broke that smart Asian stereotype, which apparently hadn't even been intended at the show's inception. Brenda initially auditioned for the role of Maddie and had actually been cast, I believe, and then Ashley Tisdale had been cast as London, but eventually the producers thought that the other was better suited for the role, so they swapped.
I heard stories, people that played a certain character on the show that they auditioned for something else. But I realized, bro, everything happened for a reason. Like, let the cast and directors do what they do, because they cooked with the casting for Disney for any show. They cooked, bro. You got certain people that played a side character that carried the show, try to go off for the main character. No, that's good. That's good that y'all still got the role, but the main character isn't supposed to be the best character. Really think about that. The main character of the show is never supposed to be the best character. Really think.
We're right. And Brenda basically only has positive things to say about her time playing London, saying that she was basically a dream character for her.
What does Prindle stand for?
Are you familiar with the gear shift?
You mean the Prindle?
Park, reverse, neutral, drive. Oh, it's L stand for hold on, drive. Come on. Oh my God, wait. Oh my God. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. Why can I not think of what L stands for?
And aside from playing London, Brenda's co-starred in DComs like Stuck in the Suburbs, one of my favorites, Get a Clue, The Ultimate Christmas Present, and I just found out that she was in American Dragon Jake Long. She played a character named Tracy for 7 episodes. And then Brenda was also in College Road Trip with Raven Simone. But y'all know that the ultimate Brenda song DCOM is Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. This is one of my favorite DCOMs to this day. And I love how Wendy was equally girly pop and girl boss. I've always loved characters like that. And I also liked that it was a movie that had a bit of a historical vibe to it. I would be interested to know how the history actually holds up because, not my background, not my area of study. And I was also just obsessed with that scene where Shin has to fight like the evil assassins or spirits, what have you, in Wendy's living room while she's still asleep. And also Wendy snapping that cookie in half with that lipstick. Precise queen. And then in general, Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior is just a nice family movie. I feel like in several DComs, the parents were kind of absent.
It was
good. Maybe the main character had one parent.
I don't think it was good
and,
at all.
Disney's, specifically the animations, notorious for the dead parents trope. So it's really cool to see Wendy be warm with her family and, her parents, even her grandmother. And that generational aspect is a really big part of the movie's plot. And Brenda said later about playing Wendy, "It's really interesting now to see those shows come back around. More than ever, I've had people come up and talk to me about Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. Disney was honestly very ahead of the curve when it came to colorblind casting, being able to give opportunities to kids of all ages, sizes, colors, ethnic backgrounds, nationalities to tell their own stories. And I'm sure this is also the case for a lot of you, but especially as a child in the 2000s, Brenda Song was one of the only consistent Asian faces I saw in media, especially in terms of screen actors, because most of the examples I can think of are either voice actors or animated characters. Also, shout out to Pass the Plate. I honestly think as a little kid, Pass the Plate awakened something in me. It awakened me being as interested in other cultures as I am potentially. Thank you to Miss Brenda.
Ambra from Disney Channel Italy. I'm here with some fusilli, some tagliatelle, some orecchiette, some rigatoni. Well, some of the over 350 different kinds of pasta we have here in Italy.
And if you're unfamiliar, it was a Disney miniseries that aired during commercial breaks in which Brenda would visit different countries and teams from around the world. If I'm remembering correctly.
That shit was cat, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Bro, they had Zendaya having a whole sister and all that in one of the commercials, bro. They was lying to us, bro. They was lying to us. I don't even think her name was Zendaya in that job. You get what I'm saying? Brenda Song in the back. Bro, bro, they was on set, bro. She was never in Italy. She was never in none of that, bro. You think they got time for that? I think that was cap too.
I think it would be other Disney Channel actors from those respective countries. And some of the countries she visited included China, India, Italy, Australia, Brazil, and France. And I actually had no idea about this, but after the 2007 series with Brenda Song Rap, they later brought it back again in 2014 with Peyton List and Karan Brar from Jessie. I'm not sure why I'm preparing myself for the heat for this one, but I'm not changing my mind.
That's a good pick.
The final head on my Disney Mount Rushmore is Miss Ashley Tisdale. Yeah. And she's been brought up already because she's been in several popular Disney media. Like we've already talked about Sweet Life, for example. She played Candy Girl Maddie Fitzpatrick. Comedian, obviously, but she was often one of the more grounded, serious presences in the show, or the one who would play straight when London, or Zach especially, Esteban very often were engaged in their antics. But Maddie definitely had her moments too.
It's time to strip and make the bed.
Okay, that's what poor people do.
Whoa there, big girl! I meant strip the sheets off the bed and put on new ones.
And then we had Ashley as Sharpay, basically at the same time that she was playing Maddie on Sweet Life. And from the main cast, Sharpay is one of the fan favorites, one half of the dynamic duo that was herself and her twin brother Ryan. Together they had bops like Bop to the Top, my all-time favorite, I Want It All, and then we can't forget Fabulous, which is Sharpay on her own. I mean, Ryan's there, when is he not? And Fabulous for certain is one of the most popular songs from all three High School Musical movies. I might even say Fabulous is one of the more popular non-ensemble songs, aside from something like Breaking Free or Bet on It. Sharpay was actually the only character to get her own spin-off called Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure, which saw her aiming for a career in the big city. Admittedly, I never saw it, but hey, it got Austin Butler one step closer to playing Elvis.
You know they cousins? Her and Austin Butler? They just found that out, like, not too long ago? Maybe, like, 5 years ago?
Thinking about Maddie and Sharpay, this is something I have thought about for quite a while now, but I always feel like people consider ironic that Ashley Tisdale was able to play both the nice, studious Maddie on Sweet Life and then Miss Fabulous, Miss Queen Bee Sharpay on High School Musical, and it's because they consider those characters to be polar opposites. And often it's not even really in a bad way, more like a, oh my goodness, if she can play both of these roles, the range must be insane. And I'm not saying it's not, but I think Maddie and Sharpay are pretty similar characters, even in a lot of positive ways. Like, they're both very goal and detail oriented, very outgoing, resourceful, social, speak their minds, want their way, and they're gonna work to get it. Although in contrast, Sharpay was obviously popular, wealthier, and often a bully. And like several of her peers, Ashley didn't release music. He Said, She Said, Bop, Be Good to Me classic. But I'm just gonna get ahead of the what about comments.
No disrespect to Ashley Tisdale though. Nobody was bumping that job, and that's facts. Nobody was listening to no damn Ashley Tisdale.
Songs were actually released through Warner Records. Ashley was signed to Warner, not Hollywood Records. We all know Ashley. She's got a very famous voice acting role under her belt. She plays Candace, Phineas and Ferb's tattletale older sister, and did the role from 2007 to 2015 originally. Apparently, they brought the show back for 2 seasons in 2025. I was none the wiser. But at one point in the late 2000s, early 2010s, Ashley Tisdale was Maddie, Candace, and Sharpay all at the same time. So triple threat for real. Alright, here are my honorable mentions. And I mean that in the sense of with the Mount Rushmore I had to pick 4. But these people would most definitely make my top 10. So I know what y'all are thinking. Where's Demi Lovato?
I'm not gonna finish the rest of this because she's gonna take people that I'm gonna say. Listen. I'm not even gonna listen to her honorable mention. But hold on. What I got, right? This is my. I'm gonna go from top 10 to Mount Rushmore. So it's gonna be top 10 and then a 4 Mount Rushmore. All right, listen. I'm gonna go with at 10. Y'all might think this is too low, but at 10 I got Dylan and Cole Sprouse, as in Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I got them at 10. I got them at 10 of all time. Just because I feel like, just because they had, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody and On Deck, I think they should have branched out a little bit more and did more decom movies, in my opinion. Even though they had their own, but that was still more of them, still more of that show. So, I feel like they should have did a little bit more Disney shit, like more decom movies. They still carry childhoods though. They definitely still carry childhoods. They definitely still had top 5. Like that show was top 5 on the channel though, on the network. That was the top 5 show. Everybody know that. At 9, I'm gonna give it to Jason Dolly. If y'all don't know who Jason Dolly is, that's my man. That's my man's PJ from Good Luck Charlie. If y'all know who Jason Dolly is, you know what I'm saying? Minutemen, Good Luck Charlie, Hatch and Pete. I'm gonna give it to Jason Dolly. I feel like he not talked about enough. So I'm gonna give number 9 to Jason Dolly. At 8. I ain't gonna lie. At 8. I'm gonna give it to Corbin Blue. For number 8. For 8. For sure. Corbin Blue did a lot of shit for Disney. Y'all may not think, but he was guest starring and stuff. He should have had his own show, but he did a lot of Disney movies. I'm gonna give it to Corbin Blue for 8. I feel like Corbin Blue really was one of the few black males to really be in a lot of movies and really put his name out there though. From a young bull though. If y'all don't know, it was this movie where he robbing a bank and they on a go-karts. It had the girl from Twilight in it, Bella. Old movie, bro. I'm telling you, I'm really trying to think, but he was definitely in a lot of movies. Jump In, obviously High School Musical, bro. He did a lot. So I'm gonna give. Hold on, wait. Did I say 10? What I got him at 8, right? All right, so 7. 7. I'm gonna give it to Lindsay Lohan. At 7. At 7, Lindsay Lohan. I feel like she started it in the old Disney though. It was all right. So it's an old Disney, it's a My Disney, and then it's a new Disney. New Disney is nobody in top 10 at all. I don't even know what actors they got in the new Disney. You get what I'm saying? There's a whole different breed now. I don't know what the hell. They just casting people at this point. So at 7, I got Lindsay Lohan. Parent Trap was one of the best movies out, hands down. I don't really know what else she was in for Disney, but I know she set the tone for a lot of people. Right? So at 6, we getting close to that top 5. At 6, I got Demi Lovato. For sure, Demi Lovato at 6. Oh no, wait. Who I got at 7? Lindsay Lohan? Nah. At 7, I got Demi Lovato. We gonna take Lindsay Lohan out because she ain't do that much as Demi. She had her own show, Sunny with a Chance, Camp Rock. She was guest starring. She had Princess Protection Program. It's a lot. Like, it was just like, it was a lot of people that was in Disney that was getting recycled in the shows. That's how you know you really a big face, if you in almost every Disney Channel show or decom movie. I'm gonna give it to Demi at 7. Now at 6, I'm gonna give it to Selena Gomez. I'm gonna give it to Selena Gomez just because of the fact, right? Just because of the fact that she was one of them, bro. She was one of them. She was one of them for sure. She was in Zack and Cody guest starring in the beginning. She was on one episode though. She was a kid. She was in decom movies. She had her own show, long running show at that. And then she in the new John. Yeah, I'm gonna give 6 to Selena Gomez. That's good, right? Yeah, 6 Selena Gomez. At 5. This top 5 now. This not even Rushmore though. Top 5. I'm gonna give it to Ashley Tisdale. No. Ashley Tisdale is in my Mount Rushmore. So I'm gonna put her at 4. At 5, we got Miley Cyrus. At five, we got Miley Cyrus. She top 5, but she ain't Rushmore. And I'm gonna tell you why. All right. Hannah Montana was great for its time. It was great for, I feel like, just like Hillary Duff, it was a lot of impact. She did a lot of impact for the women out there, for a lot of little girls out there singing and just being part of the childhood of growing up for the girls. But I feel like she only had Hannah Montana. So what if she guest starred in it was a quick little cameo in High School Musical 2? That don't mean nothing to me. I promise you. I could have did that shit, did a backstroke. You know what I'm saying? I could have did that. But I feel like she only had Hannah Montana though. And I just feel like she didn't really do much, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? She had her own little jump. That's why I put Zack and Cody at the bottom. But the thing is, between Zack and Cody and Hannah Montana was really like they had clothes for her, dolls, and it was crazy. Lunch bags. She was really carrying shit. But she didn't carry her own show. She didn't carry her own show at all. I feel like Miley wasn't even the real, like, to be honest, you didn't really give a fuck about Miley until she was choosing who her boyfriend was going to be at the end. Let's really keep it a bean. Let's really keep it a bean. You didn't care about what Miley had going on. The show was really carried by Rico, the brother, I forgot his name. He was just on Kicking It. The brother and Mitchell Musso. So I feel like she even carried her own show. She was alright. She was good at best. Music was cool. She was a good artist, good singer, great singer. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she Mount Rushmore worthy, but she top 5 for sure. All right. I'm almost done. I'm thinking. It's so many Disney stars that I probably left out that did more than what's in my top 10. But right now, that's what I got right now. Nobody from High School Musical besides Ashley Tisdale is in Mount Rushmore. So at number 4, we got Ashley Tisdale. And Ashley Tisdale, you know, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. She was Sharpay. Sharpay had her own movie, Pete. Sharpay had her own movie, spinoff John. While she doing that, she doing Phineas and Ferb. Candace, still long running. Pete, High School Musical. Ashley Tisdale. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Nobody was bumping her music though. I don't even know. I can't name you a song that she made, but Ashley Tisdale was really one of them. Really one of them for sure. So Ashley Tisdale is number 4. Number 4 for sure. At 3. At 3. Listen. At 3, listen. At 3, we got Orlando Brown. We got my guy Orlando Brown. Listen. Orlando Brown I can't even say I understand why he did the things he did, like throughout, you know, a lot of problems and shit. But Disney definitely worked his ass. I tell you that. Disney definitely worked him though. You gotta think he in decom movies, Eddie's cook-offs, John. He voice acting. He carrying That's So Raven. Well, I can't even say he carried That's So Raven. I feel like him and Raven was neck and neck. Cause Raven was like, if you watch Martin, right? If you watch Martin, Raven was literally like Martin, basically dressing up and doing all that. That's why Raven is already at number one. We gonna get to Raven at number one. Raven's not leaving the number one spot. You know what I'm saying? But we back to Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown was doing, you gotta peep. He doing Family Matters. He doing Major Pain. This is besides Disney though. Orlando Brown really did a lot, bro. And I feel like he don't get the credit he deserves. I don't know why people keep forgetting Orlando Brown was really that guy though. He was the funniest bull on That's So Raven. If we talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Orlando Brown. You had 3. You had 3. Top 2 though. Top 2. And if y'all realize I didn't put Jet Jackson up there, I'm sorry. Rest in peace. But you not in my top 10, gang. I didn't watch a single episode. You probably was a bigger impact on the older Disney, on the older side. But from what I know, the people that I named is in, I think, everybody's top 10. So that's really key with a bean. At 2, we got Shia LaBeouf. My guy Shia LaBeouf, bro. He was putting Disney on his back at one point. Not on his back, but he played a key part in Disney. Even Steven. And then Pete. Holes. Y'all forget Holes. In my opinion, I don't like the damn movie. I hated Holes. I know they in jail and all that, but I feel like he should have spoke up. Like, bro, I didn't take the shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? That movie's just, as a kid, I couldn't watch it. It was irritating me. But I'm gonna put Shia LaBeouf at 2, just because he took Disney and went on a whole different level of acting. Like, bro, Transformers, bro, he did 3 of them Jones. 3 Transformers movie. Eagle Eye. He was in other decom movies besides Holes. You know what I'm saying? Shia LaBeouf really was he was an impact too. That's why he had 2. He just took what he got from Disney and made it to doing other big directed movies and action movie. You know what I'm saying? He really did more. I will say that. But at number 1, we got Raven Simone. We got Raven Simone. I don't really think it's much to say like why she's at number 1. She knows she at number 1. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows she at number 1. It's just like, bro, like you really carry Disney on your back. Ooh. I'm gonna put an honorable mention at the end. Listen. Raven was in 2 of the Cheetah Girls, right? 2 of the Cheetah Girls. She left the 3rd one. Realized that Jones' ass. Everybody knew his ass because Raven wasn't in it. Let's keep it a bean. Carrie Cheetah Girls, right? Let's move on from that. That's So Raven. You can't say she didn't carry her own show. The show was good with relationship, humor, dressing up. She did it all, bro. That's So Raven. Cooked. What else she do? She did voice acting. All that. What else was she in? Zenon as a kid. You know what I'm saying? She did so much, bro. She carried Disney on her back. That's probably why she gained so much weight, because y'all niggas was, you know what I'm saying? That's probably why she gained so much weight back then. Her ass was stressed out. Raven, listen. If you was to ever watch this ever in your life, you put Disney on your back. You put Disney on your back. I give it to you. I don't got nothing bad to say about Raven. Cause you gotta think they brung her show back for Raven's Home. That show was good, in my opinion. But I feel like Raven's Home brought back all the old viewers that used to watch That's So Raven. That's like Girl Meets World, right? The Boy Meets World, little second John. That's what brought back the old viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what Disney was trying to do because their view count is really going down. Because nobody watching that bullshit no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's really be honest. Nobody watching Disney no more. So I think that's why they tried to bring back all the old stuff. And the show was good. The show was good. That's what they doing with Wizard of Waverly Place. But listen, that's it for my top 10. I can't really think of nobody else. But in my honorable mention, what she should have took somebody's spot in the top 10. But my two honorable mentions is China and McClain and Zendaya. Yes. China and McClain and Zendaya. I just feel like Zendaya. I feel like China and McClain carried it before Zendaya hopped on the scene. Just for a little bit though. China and McClain was really carrying that John until Zendaya was, you know what I'm saying? Because China was doing this John as a young boy. She was really in Tyler Perry movies, shows, while doing Disney, guest starring in Disney stuff. Had her own show. She doing Descendants. She in Adam Sandler movie. Bro, not Zendaya. China and McClain was really like, y'all gotta really start looking at China and McClain and what's her digital footprint. Really look at China and McClain. Because a lot of people saying Zendaya this, Zendaya that. But China and McClain really been doing this John since a youngin'. Like, I just feel like Zendaya had better opportunities. Really peep. I feel like Zendaya just had better movie roles and show roles than China and McClain. Really think. I just think Zendaya had that look where she could be in Euphoria. She could be in tennis movies and shit like that. She could be in Spider-Man. China McClain was in Black Lightning, but it's not as big as Marvel though. You get what I'm saying? Like, they look at Zendaya as she could be on the big screen. They look at China like she could just be on a TV show on cable. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that. I feel as though she was definitely in movies on the big screen, but I feel like, you know, they just gave Zendaya more of a better roles for sure. Cause Zendaya, that's why I put her in my honorable. She was in Shake It Up, carried that, John. She was in Casey Undercover, wasn't that, John? Carried her own show. She was in Zapped, had her own movie. What else was she in? She was in Frenemies. Bro, this is me growing up on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I can really remember, oh, China McClain was in How to Build a Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they both, I feel like, had the same type of Disney career, but without, like, besides Disney, I feel like Zendaya had a better career. We can all see that. We could definitely all see that. I feel like Zendaya was trying to think, she was thinking bigger. You get what I'm saying? But that's it for my video, man. Well, comment down below what y'all think. I feel like I said enough. I feel like I said what everybody else was thinking. Let me know down in the comments who I missed and what's y'all top 10 or Mount Rushmore. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to catch y'all.